Kicking. What is kicking? How come I can't kick with my hand? If I kick a man so hard he does a flip, is that a kick flip? So today we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite position on an NFL team, the kicker. Now, I'll start this off by saying we are in the age of the kicker. Never before has the three-pointer been so valuable in an NFL game. Never before has the guy who only steps on the field maybe 5 to 8 times a game, never has he been so valuable than what kickers are currently in the NFL today. Before we kick off, I just wanted to remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm currently at 90. I would really love to be at 100 before the end of the year, and you could very easily contribute 10% of that right now by a simple button click. Be sure to leave a like on the video, leave a comment as well, and ring that bell because it inevitably is going to help this channel grow, and it's going to encourage me to come back and do more of this content on a regular basis. I'll start by saying I have a serious love for kickers. I was a chubbier kid when I was younger, and because of that and weight restrictions in the youth football program, I was restricted to play lineman most of the time. However, there was no weight restrictions on kickers, so guess what? When it came to kicking, and that chubby little Zach was, gleefully stepping up to do it, the coach just said, yeah, give it to him. He needs something in his life. And he was right, because I wasn't good. I was something. I definitely kicked the ball, I'll tell you that much. But even on my best day, I would struggle to tie the laces of some of the excellent kickers that the league currently has. I'm talking about Justin Tucker. I'm talking about Younghoe Koo. I'm talking about Daniel Carlson. I'm talking about Graham Gano. I'm talking about Kaimi Fairburn. I'm talking about Cade York. I'm talking about all these guys because there has never been a point in NFL history where kickers have been this good. So through 16 regular season NFL weeks, you want to know how many games have been decided by 3 or fewer points? 62. You know how many games are in an NFL season? 272. That means at about so of the games played so far, that means at about a 1 in 5, 1 in 4, somewhere around there clip, we're gonna have a game come down to literally possibly a last second field goal attempt or going into overtime and having the same result. And as a football fan, that's about the best damn thing I can imagine. There have been some excellent games on TV this year. Some serious nail biters that have come down to last minute drives, last second field goals. It's been an absolute joy to watch some of these games. I can tell you, coming off the Giants playing the Vikings, I mean, we lost on, what was it, like a 60-yard field goal? It was Greg Joseph's career long or something, and that was it. And to tell you the truth, it was the least angry I've felt after a last minute loss that I think I ever remember, because I just looked at it and I was like, damn, he really just did that. He really just one-upped his whole career for this little game winner against the Giants. That when you look at the standings of the NFC North, when you look at the standings of them, they could have lost that game and it wouldn't have mattered. For the Giants, that probably would have gotten them into the playoffs, but we're not worried about that because we're whooping the Colts' asses this week. I digress, because I got some numbers for you to really back up my point of the fact that we are in the NFL three-point revolution. Some quick research will tell you that 5 of the top 25 in career field goals made are current active kickers. We got Robbie Gould, Mason Crosby, Matt Prater, Justin Tucker, and Nick Folk. On top of that, 12 of the top 25 current most field goals made in a single season are held by current players. Those belong to Daniel Carlson, Robbie Gould, Harrison Butker, Justin Tucker twice, Kaimi Fairburn, Younghoe Koo, the Killer Bee, Chris Boswell, Nick Folk, and Jason Sanders. To continue that, 11 of the top 25 single season accuracy kickers are in the league. We got Mason Crosby, 100% on 36 attempts. Jason Myers, 100% on 29 attempts. Justin Tucker, 97% on 26 attempts. Robbie Gould, 97% on 35 attempts. Josh Lambo, 97% on 20. Is it Josh Lambo? Jay Lambo, 97% on 28 attempts. Aldrick Rosas, I don't even know if Aldrick is still in the league. He was rocking with the Giants for a few years there. 96% on 23 attempts. Graham Gano, 96% on 33 attempts. Graham Gano again, 96% on 30 attempts. Justin Tucker, 96% on 29 attempts. Jason Myers, 96% on 31 attempts. And Matt Prater, 96% on 29 attempts. And finally, the icing on the cake to prove that we are truly in the age of the kicker. The top 7 and 8 of the top 10 kickers in career percentage are active in the NFL. And those guys are Justin Tucker at 91%, Harrison Butker 88%, Younghoe Koo at 88%, Daniel Carlson 87%, Lambeau at 87%, Killer B at 86%, Matt M. Gay, I don't remember who M. Gay is, 86%, and Robbie Gould 86%. The fact that at any given moment you can turn on an NFL game and see more than likely what you got. You get an absolute maximum of 16 games being played at a time. You got 8 of the top kickers. You're essentially guaranteed to see one of the all-time greatest kickers any given Sunday, and possibly a game-winning field goal to go on top of that. What's that? You don't just want consistent kickers, you want kickers with frickin' cannons for legs? Well, how about the fact that of 30 NFL field goals to travel 60 or more yards, 17 of those field goals are by current day NFL players. And it's interesting because there's a lot of, it's modernization more than anything that's pushing us forward here. In the same sense that we're seeing more advanced training techniques crop up, we're seeing more dedicated camps for these kids to attend at younger ages. Inevitably, all these things are going to add up, and we're getting to the point where the whole science of kicking is practically figured out. I mean, we're maybe a couple years from seeing guys consistently knock down, or maybe not knock down, but consistently attempt 60-yarders, possibly even 70-yarders. We'll see somebody attempt that in the next maybe decade here. But as with all these continued innovations, continued development and growth of these young kickers, I mean, the sky is only the limit. It's in the very same sense that kids who are picking up a basketball for the first time in their lives want to shoot the 3-ball. The NBA is seeing a revolution in the 3-pointer. I mean, it's been going on for a number of years now, but accuracy-wise, it's insane right now. And you can see that same thing in the NFL's equivalent of the 3-pointer and the field goal. Before I started recording this, I wanted to check out my numbers again on the kickers and everything. And of course, I was Googling some stuff, and I found this article by The Guardian talking about they got a few different kickers. I forget all their names. They were talking about an interview with Justin Tucker where he knocked down some ridiculously long field goal, and he pretty much just said, dude, did you see the snap I got that perfectly placed the ball where the holder needed it to be? Did you see the holder who perfectly angled it and held it ready for me in a split second? And he said, I'm pretty much just a system player at that point. I walk up and I do the thing I always do, and with everything in place, the ball's going to go where it's going. And to hear that sentiment from who I would imagine many people nowadays consider to be the greatest kicker of all time, definitely the greatest modern kicker, to hear that from him is kind of you're taken aback, I guess I should say. You expect him to have a little more swagger about it. You expect him to have a little more chutzpah, but I mean, truth be told, he's right. When you step up to kick, these guys are repeating the motion they've done millions and millions and millions, probably not that much, but thousands of millions of times. They're doing just like a quarterback throwing a ball however many freaking times. It's the same motion every time. So when that kicker steps up, it doesn't matter if it's 30 or 40 or 50 yards. They have to go through that exact same checklist that they always go through to make sure they're putting that ball in the best place possible. And to really put it into perspective how much this 3-point revolution in the NFL has been embraced, as of October 18th of 2022, 22.7% of all the field goals attempted in the NFL are from 50 plus yards, and of those they are being made at a 72.3% clip. To add on to that, in 2021 we saw the league record for field goals made in the season with 120 And through week 6 of this year, which was all the information that the article I was reading had to give me, we had 60. And based on how the NFL season has been going this year, I can only imagine that has kept up. I mean, it's insane. We started the year, week 1, 7 games, 3-point or less deficit. Week 2, 5 games. Week 3, 6 games. Week 4, 5 games. Week 5, 5 games. And then finally, it wasn't until week 6 that we only saw 2 games decided by 3 or less points. And even after that, we've seen week 9 with 6, week 13 with 5, and week 15 with 5 games, all 3 points or less. And as I said at the very beginning, if you're just a fan of good-ass football, that is the ultimate dream come true. So going forward, when somebody asks you if you know about the 3-point revolution, you tell them, yeah, I do. And it's going on in the NFL. Steph Curry, move aside. Klay Thompson, move aside. We got Justin Tucker, and we got Daniel Carlson and Younghoe Koo. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, my name is Zachary Taylor. Thank you for your time today.